Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian O, not to control everything. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 375, March 18th through 20th, 2022 workshop topics. Definitely know we couldn't put every topic on the flyer. That you all see in the post here. You're listening on the YouTube. You can see on the YouTube. You can feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com. This is obviously a 3-day workshop. In the past, we've done a lot of 1-day workshops. We did a 3-day workshop before, but this is one with the mentor. So we're going to go over what the mentor has given us that he's going to be going over. One of the mentors is going to be going over with individuals and families in the room. We pretty much already got half the room full. We talked about announcing it this week. So, definitely know quite a few people are, on the fence. And otherwise, like we say, most of the workshops are usually for the trustees anyway. So, trustees, we know trustees got to make it a point to be there. But if you're not a trustee, obviously this is going to help out because we're going to go over the topics that quite a few people already have been asking about or thinking about. Is it worth coming? And if I go, how's that going to go? And, all that good stuff. So, we're just going to go ahead and go over the topics because this is, what people going to miss out on if you don't make it. It's all in, it's 3 days. This isn't no, try to learn how to put a car on Toro, make some money off Toro. Ain't no just go set up some Airbnb business and think you're going to make money. This isn't go buy a house and think that you're just going to make some money. This is the CEO information that you need to have that team. And when the team's doing what they're supposed to do, what job they're supposed to be doing, you're just not doing a job. But at the same time, these things are going to be provided. One of the things we love about this mentor is he actually puts everything that we're going to go over right now, topic wise, actually in a thumb drive, and you get it on a thumb drive. You get everything you need on a thumb drive. So it's no, oh man, I didn't get it all. It was a lot of information thrown at me in 3 days. Well, you get it in a thumb drive. So, first topic, we're just going to run down through the topics. These are the things we've gone over in the past, and pretty much what he already let us know. One of them at least let us know what he's going to be going over. So, we got Wyoming corporations, got the actual incorporation form. We actually got what is the cost of insurance for a business. We're going through pretty much got debt collector surety bonds, creditor bonds. Everybody always talk about the UCC. This mentor knows full well about the daggone creditor and debtor situation. Why? Because he's doing it on businesses. He showed us how to do it on businesses. For all y'all that think that y'all slick and don't know that, hey, if you cheat a company, if you got a debt out on the company, mentor already done showed us how we could just come in and buy your debt. So if you think you slick, don't think you're slick no more. Your debt is a liability. We done been told you that. So if you think that your debt's not a public searchable thing, debt is publicly searchable. And the mentors done showed us how to go in and buy people's debt. Uh, we got debt management service provider. Y'all don't even know about that. We got that coming up at this workshop. Uh, Corporate bylaws for most states, most of your major states. Uh, you got different banks. Pretty much got a lot of, because this mentor has been in the banking industry, pretty much got a lot of relationships and just has an active list of banks. We're not talking about old stuff. We're talking about new, current banks that are lending right now. Everybody always talk about, oh, I don't know where to go and get the money. Well, this is the mentor that told us how to get the money. Never be without the money. You can go get it from a bank. Of course, it's a long list of banks, but it's still the banks that you can call, and it's hundreds of them. Uh, we got how to deal with your personal credit situations. A lot of times we talk to the trustees, even on the corporate side, on the public side, even though you're not PG and this whole workshop is focused on you not PG and which is personally guaranteeing this you still want to make sure that your personal credit is just clean. So learning how to freeze the consumer reports, that we got companies for that. Talking about how to properly deal with how to make sure that you got the proper documentation if you're dealing with a PayPal loan builder. National banks. He's got hundreds of national banks that you can call and get loans from. Not personally guaranteed either. Definitely going to go through the UCC when we're talking about dealing with it with creditor and debtor on businesses and things of that nature. A lot of articles of incorporation: Minnesota, Texas, Wyoming, Delaware. A lot of articles of incorporation. If you think about that, that's why we're doing this workshop, so you can know what state. If you're gonna go into different states, a lot of companies y'all see, a lot of these Fortune 500 companies, they all set. A lot of them set up in Delaware. Well, if you got an articles of a organization or incorporation, he actually has both of those. Looking at both of those right now for Delaware, Minnesota, things of that nature. Definitely still going through. There are companies that are collecting your personal data. He knows those companies. We know those companies. He's going to go over those companies, going over the companies that's collecting your personal data. We're going to get one of them to you. Y'all know who McAfee is. Why y'all think he just offed himself? McAfee, clearly, if he was saying he was doing security work for your personal information, y'all don't even know he got another company that he created that was collecting the information from the company that he created to protect your information. That's what the mentor is going over. Mergers and acquisition forms, banking resolution documents, uh, dealing with your LexisNexis disclosure forms. Y'all think LexisNexis not collecting information on you? LexisNexis is collecting information on you. He's walking you through that process on how to actually get them to stop collecting it. It's a request form to even see what they got. Lease agreement forms. We're going over all this at the workshop. It's 3 days, baby. Uh, Hey man, identity theft. He's talking about just making sure. One of them's talking about making sure, dealing with the identity theft, making sure you could put those things in place. How to establish a bank in certain states, because we talking about trust, so you're always talking about banking, but actually establishing an independent bank. Got to make sure you got those identity theft fraud letters in place, affidavits, freeze letters, fair credit, what is it, fair debt collection practices. Got the whole manual inside of the thumb drive for you. Fair Credit Billing Act, got that inside for you. Everybody always comes back, Dun and Bradstreet, Dun and Bradstreet. Information after information after information. Everybody wants to go out and buy the little weak redemption manual and all these other little goofy manuals they got over the internet. This is the mentor that wrote the manual. Dun and Bradstreet. How do you build that within a 60 to 90-day period? By going out and getting small accounts, net 10, net 30, net 60. Then after that, moving on and actually getting company credit cards. That's how we moving out here. So, that's obviously going to be in place. Knowing how to make sure that you're properly listed on social 411 listings. You got to know that. Remember, this mentor, one of the mentors you're talking about, he's the, this the banking mentor right here. So when you talk about the banking, you're talking about, making sure that you're properly listed so you can, get properly listed. To get lendable. Uh, okay, we got that on there. Bam, we're going over to the NAICS manual. That's already huge in and of itself. The NISC is basically how you classify your business. NAICS is basically how to get the business classified to even make it lendable. But they're not telling y'all that on the public side. They just telling you go set up some stinking little LLC or some C corp. Making sure you know about FICO, knowing about the Fair Credit Protections Act, things of that nature. We're talking about extensive. Know how to put you ain't got to worry about going to get no, the mentor is really against, this mentor in particular is really against going out and getting somebody to actually clean up your credit or build a credit on a company. And that's partially because he was doing it himself. So he not a big fan of doing that. What other companies, these companies take forever to do it, and they doing it on your behalf and you paying them money that you really just got to draft up a letter. He even recommends doing it by hand at times, but at the same time, you got computers, things of that nature. Uh, know how to deal with the what is this? Know how to deal with the nonprofits on the public side, because some people want to do the nonprofit on the public side, and we going over that type of stuff. We know we went over lease agreements when y'all leasing property from one business to the next business, going over that. Going over the banking, making sure you got the banks if you're going to open up a bank. Can't overemphasize that one. Got the oath of the directors, joint or single. A lot of times people don't know that the directors can have an oath of the company, dealing with officers, errors, and, different type of, policies and procedures. We're not just talking about key man, but we also talking about just different policies on the officers of the company, indemnity agreements for the officers of the company. If you a manager of the company, but there's a difference between being a board member and being a manager. And we going over that for sure. Uh, this ain't need to be a long episode. This is just one of them episodes to go ahead and whet people's appetite so they can know what they're walking into. This is 3 days worth of quality information. You still haven't gone through the whole thumb drive he's given us before, but hey, that's on you. Um, or on individuals, but at the same time, we definitely going over this type of information, the banking information, knowing how to do it on the public side. Once again, any type of business that you want to traditionally get off the ground scratch. Everybody not gonna go out and build no huge business. They say 80% of the businesses in the states are small businesses. So we know you might want to start one of them nail salons up. You might want to start a car wash up. You might want to start up, some small business up, and it's okay to do that. Everybody don't have to go out and start some huge business. So, you know, it is what it is. If people going to do it, uh, but we're gonna make sure that in this particular case with this workshop, this is one of the mentors. This is just one of many. He's just definitely going to make it a point in particular, make sure that people have the information that they need when they're looking to do small businesses in many different states. He's been doing this for years, created a national bank, created an international bank, dealing with American clientele, has friends with the IRS, so y'all can feel comfortable knowing that what he's talking to y'all about. This one in particular, y'all can feel comfortable knowing that he has people behind him that if he doesn't know the answer, he can ask somebody else on the inside, quote unquote. This is just the things that we got to do to set people at ease. So these are some of the topics that we're going to be going over at the workshop. Y'all can feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. We know quite a few people have reached out. Um, we just he's finalizing some small details, but we pretty much know the dates are locked in. He's just getting a bigger location. We told him a certain number of people. We're gonna have those people there. We've always had sellout rooms. We've always had standing room only, but he always likes to keep it to where it's manageable and he can answer questions and deal with individuals or families directly. Um, so definitely appreciate everybody that's tuning in live, listening to replay. Appreciate Delaware tuning in live, listening to replay. Appreciate Carrollton, Ohio for tuning in live, listening to replay. Appreciate Nashville, Tennessee for tuning in live, listening to replay. And anybody else that's tuning in live, listening to replay. Like we said, we already got half the room full. There's no doubt about it. This isn't one of those things that, he needs to do it, but he's doing it because this is a trust Christian in the vault relationship that obviously is valued and valuable, and we always appreciate that. And just thankful that he wants to even talk to people. So it's just one of the things, you get to a point in your life where, he on his philanthropy kick. He on his kick where he can give back, and he don't need the money. So it's just one of those things like, all right, fine. We'll go ahead and get that workshop together, and that's what we're doing. We know quite a few people have reached out. We know quite a few people are being here. Like we said, we got half the room already full. So feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, we already said the room gonna be full before the end of the month. So before March. So if you think you're gonna wait till the last minute, don't want to disappoint anybody, but the reality is there can be a disappointment added to that situation. If you're in real estate, this is the perfect individual because everybody always talking about buying real estate in their name. Everybody talks about buying real estate in their name, but when you got mentors that don't buy real estate in their name, but they know how to use corporations, we even talk about bank notes. People don't even know about mortgage notes. This is the mentor that deals with mortgage notes. But people don't know about mortgage notes. They just want to go out here and think they're going to go out here and just talk smack. Like, oh, we know how to do this and know how to do that. Get approved and this, that, and the third. You need a good credit score, blah, blah, blah. Mentor tell you, you got to build your businesses up. Mentors always told us that. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen to replay. Feel free to like, subscribe. You want to know when we go live, hit the notification button so you can know when we going live. Other than that, Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace. Enjoy.